Namaste, and welcome today to our restorative practice, functional restorative, where we are going to talk about the 3 secrets of resilient people. Resiliency is one of my key identities that I'm going to talk about of people in life that I want to hang out with. So who do we have today? We have my friend Jackie. Jackie's here. She's from California, and she lives in Puerto Vallarta for part of the year. And you can hear the birds singing, so we're going to join her today. She has a mat, a soft ball. It's called a myofascial release ball. We have a hard ball, either a spiky ball or a round ball, a block, and a strap. So let's begin with lying down on the ground and finding out about those 3 secrets of resilient people. Just close your eyes and let your eyes drop back into your skull and realize that you're here safe on your mat, realizing that we move fast through life and we need to balance life off by being somewhere safe, feeling that we belong and feeling that we can quiet. So let's bring our hands over top of our belly. Let our eyes fall into the base of our skull. Pretend that our eyeballs are dancing on lily pads on a lake. And let your jaw hang open. And I'd like you just to feel your essence breath, the normal flow in and out of breath, the normal flow. And then we know through the literature, by increasing the breath, it adds more quietness, especially elongating the out breath. So with your legs straight or bent, whatever feels good for you, I'd like you to intertwine your fingers and breathe through the nose only. So close your mouth and take an inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's out breath 10 counts. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2. Fill up your belly, hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last time, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe normally. And open up your mouth with a ha. Let's try that again. Inhale through your nose and open your mouth with a ha. Beautiful practice, everyone. Bring your hands down by your side. Bend your knees and bring your feet flat to the floor. The lower part of the spine is a big, huge plate called the sacrum and the lumbar spine. I would like you to think about the lumbar spine opening up. And all you have to do is just do the positioning of pulling the rib cage together, pulling the belly into the floor, and just lift the tailbone off so the rib cage is on the floor. And then shake side to side in that position with rib cage, just tailbone off. And then lower yourself to the ground and have a ha. Neutral spine, it's called, resting. Let's now take the tailbone into the floor and push the ribs up to the sky and push the shoulder blades into the floor. So we have what's called an extension, and hold that extension, feeling the back and spine opening, and then release to neutral spine. Very slowly again into flexion for lower spine. Just pull the rib cage and the belly into floor. And just scoop just the tailbone off. And when you get that position, try to move from the lower back side to side. This is the lumbar, this big plate at the bottom of your spine into the sacrum area. And then slowly roll back down and relax into neutral spine. Open your mouth with a ha, and then go into extension where you push the shoulders into the floor, arch your spine, and really push the hips into the floor and feel that beautiful opening of spine. And then release and open your mouth with a Let's do one more like that. Pull your belly into the ground, pull your ribs close, and just lift your tail off the floor. And then do a little hula dance, side to side. And then come to quiet and roll down and pause in your resting pose. And then start to push your tailbone into floor and fan your ribs and push your shoulders into floor and open up your heart as big as you can to the sky. 3 breaths here. Pull, open that spine. And then relax with a ha. Lovely flexion and extension for the spine. Make sure your block is close by. Bring one knee to chest as you follow with the other knee to chest and rock side to side. Draw a circle with your tail all the way around to massage those spinal muscles with your hands on your knees. And then circle in the other direction all the way around. Then flex your heels and pull the tail on and off the floor, asking that lower back to just pull. And then bring one hand onto each kneecap and see if you can make 2 big circles outward, flexing the heels and bringing the feet away as well as the knees all the way around. And then circle in the other direction just to get the back ready for some more movement. We're going to be going into now core rotation, making the abdominal strong when you rotate. Pick up your block, bring your feet to the floor, and put your block between your knees and pause. Open your mouth with a ha. Bring your arms out into the letter T with palms facing down. And bring the knees into chest. We're going to be doing a rotation, rocking right to left. So just rock with your knees together, right to left. Just a small rock, asking the back to rotate in flexion. Using the inner thigh muscles, the adductor muscles. We have outside thigh muscles on the outside that are stronger than in. So by holding the block there, you're strengthening all these muscles. So now I'd like you to roll to the right side and just hover off the floor. So as close to the floor with your toes and knees off the floor as possible. Then that lower leg on the right, I'd like you to squeeze that lower leg on the right up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as hard as you can. Squeeze, squeeze. And then pull the belly in and come back up to center. Pause for a moment and open your mouth with a and roll the knees now and hover to the left. Squeezing the lower leg to upper leg. Pull your rib cage in and your belly in, feeling how strong your core is in rotation when we move. Can you go any closer to the floor? Or are you okay? Hold, hold. And then come back up to center and pause. Open your mouth with a ha. Get rid of that tension so that you can go into another strength pose and roll to the right again and hover even lower to the ground. This time I'd like you to focus on your left shoulder and see if you can pull your left shoulder down into the ground. Push, push, and then take your eyes to the left. Push, push, hover, hover. Feel that overload. You got to overload to get strong. So you decide how far you want to go. And then very slowly pull back up to center and pause. Come back strong and then roll to the other side and hover as low as you can, taking the eyes to the right and pushing the shoulder into floor. And then squeeze that lower leg as much as you can. Squeeze. This is all inner thigh strength, and we're going to stretch in a minute. One last breath here, pulling the belly backwards against force. And then bring your head back to center and come back up to center. Bring your feet flat to the floor and pause. Take the block away. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop out. Bring your arms in the letter Y shape. Let your rib cage fan. Wide Y. Thumbs turned down, palms turned in. and just relax for a moment and feel the grace of the workload of the inner thigh. We talk a lot in functional restorative about the muscles between the wings having to be strong. So let's strengthen them. Pull your shoulder blades down and pull your wings in and hold. This is an isometric contraction. This is what you want to be doing all day long as we walk along the street. Hold, pull even harder. See if you can pull. Why do we turn our palms in? Because we're floating the shoulder blade downward. You don't want to pop it up. And then release. So sometimes one side of your body is stronger than the other, and we want to make even sides. So we do an asymmetric strength. Pull the right shoulder down and the right wing in and hold, really pull, like really give it all you got on the right side. So we know that both sides of our bodies are strong. Pull, 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 pull. And then release. Open your mouth with a left side, pull down, pull in as much as you can. Was that easier to activate? Pull harder. Show me your isometric, the held contraction of what we do all day. Pull, pull, keep going, pull. And then release. Open your mouth with a So sometimes those muscles between the wings atrophy, so they have to be taken through a range of motion. So holding your arms where they are in a wide Y, squeeze the shoulders up to your ears, and then fast, pull them down. Squeeze your shoulder blades up to your ears and pull them fast down. Squeeze up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. 4, down, 3, down, 2, down, 1. Pull the shoulder blades both down. Pull the rib cage closed, pull the belly into floor, and hold that pose for 3 breaths, stimulating all of your organs. Your inner thigh is releasing. And release everything with a beautiful change of shape. As slow as you can, bring the arms down by your side, palms down. Pause and listen to the reverberation of your shoulders being active and mobile. As slow as you can now, bring your kneecaps together as slow as you can. And pause and wait. Beautiful practice, everyone, strengthening the core muscles and the inner thigh. Always pause, always enjoy the afterglow of the pose. We're now going to go into the lower back and lowers into the spine. I'd like you to find your hard ball, or if you have a spiky ball, and we're going to have 3 spots. Lift your hips up in bridge and take the ball to the spine right behind the belly button. And then come back down on the ball. And I'd like you to roll from the spine out to the hip at this range, side to side, like you're doing a little hula dance in the back. Or if you're on a spiky ball, you might find a spot along the way and just hold it in there. Just let the hips rock. And as you rock side to side, I want you to feel if there's a spot that feels stuck. So come to quiet on the stuck spot and start to flap that right knee out to the side and back in and see how it feels on that right side of your back. Just moving, letting the kneecap drop and bring it in. Let's try another move. Bring your knee to chest and then push your heel away to a straight leg along, just off the floor, up in the sky, and continue that knee in, right to chest and leg out. Slow. Just feel it on your back. Really enjoy. This is also where the kidneys lie, the most superficial organ of the body. So we're stimulating the kidneys. Then bring your foot flat to the floor. Lift up in high bridge. And take the ball to the second spot. It's called the glute medius and minimus. So go to the spine, just 1 or 2 clinks down, and roll from the spine outwardly to the hip. You might find a spot along the way. If you have a spiky ball, you might choose just to hold a spot. This is all that big, tight fascia that connects this lower back area. These muscles, called the glute medius and minimus, also help the big glute max, holding our postures and walking upstairs. And then as you rock, you can feel on your journey a spot that's tighter. Come to that spot, come down on it, and start to flap the knee out to the side and back in. And then bring the knee to the chest and extend the leg. And then bring your foot to the floor and open your mouth with a third spot. Roll your hips up and go right to where the tailbone is. Go right out from the tailbone to the big glute max and roll around on that lower portion of your lower back into your hip. Is there spots there that you can feel? You might just have that spiky ball and bounce on it. Find a spot now that you feel and bring that knee in and out. Flap it, juicing up all the fiber of the back and hip. Then bring the knee into chest and extend it. And bring the knee into chest and extend it. Bring the knee into chest and extend 2 more times. And then slowly bring that right heel on top of the left. We're going now into strengthening the left hip and the left bun. Lift up and take your ball away. And all I want you to do is lift up and down on that single leg, strengthening the left hamstring and the left butt. So lift your hips up and down. If it feels too much for that left side of your body, you can just put your foot on the ground. So do 10 more of lifting to strengthen the back of the leg into the buttocks on the left side. And then hold the hip up and just lift from the high spot. Like give me 10 little lifts. Up, 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 up. Beautiful, beautiful. 10, 9. Oh yes, I can feel a strong hip and lower back on the left. And then slowly roll down, keeping the right heel on top. Bring your arms out in T shape and drop the knees to the right to release the left hip and quad and back. Open your mouth with a ha. Lucy Hone, who is a PhD and a senior fellow at the University of Canterbury in New Zealand, works with resilient human beings. She's written a very successful book called Resilient Grieving, Finding Strength and Embracing Life After a Loss that changes everything in your life. She not only studies this, she's experienced this. Her 12-year-old daughter was killed in a car accident. So now she became a resilient expert. She's a resilient expert as well now as a grieving mother who her life has been smashed to smithereens. Slowly come back up to center. Pause for a moment on that left hip stretch. And take your right hand to the inside of the thigh and just push softly on the knee and hold for 3 breaths. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hand, bring the heel back down onto the floor. Bring your feet as wide as your mat with your toes turned out. And rock your knees side to side. Just releasing the spine until we go to the left side with the ball. So when she had this horrible experience, she came up with, in her book, the 3 secrets of resilient people. Come back up to center. Bring both knees to chest, hands to knees, and rock side to side. Open your mouth with a flex your heels and pull the tail on and off the ground. Just try to get some movement in that lower spine because we're really working the back today and the hips. And then stretch the heels to the sky and bring your hands behind the hamstring and lift your chest up and point and flex the toes. Just point and flex. Walk your hands up your legs a bit more and then circle the ankles around one direction and circle in the other direction. And then widen your legs as wide as you can and lift up a bit higher for core strength now. And rotate your ankles again all the way around one direction and all the way around in another direction. And then bring your feet together. Bring your head to ground. Bend your knees and bring your feet to ground. Open your mouth with a lovely practice, everyone. Let's go to the left lower back and hip. I'd like you to lift your hips up, taking your ball, your spiky ball, or your, remember you can buy these online. So just look up myofascial release balls, good investment, and come up right behind your belly button and roll out to the hip as far as you can. So a nice, beautiful roll. So the first secret that Hone shares with us is shit happens. Oh my gosh. Is that what she said? Yes, she said that. You know, when you realize that suffering is as much a part of life as joy, and the tough time is part of human existence. If you don't go, oh no, it's just a part of life. It's called the equanimity of life. You don't discriminate against suffering. It is what it is. You don't think, why me? Oh, poor me. It's time to sink or swim. Slowly come down in a spot that you feel in that roll and start flapping that left kneecap out to the side and back in. Bring your arms in a shape that pleases you. Listen to your back. And then bring your knee in and slowly bring your knee to chest and push it away from you as vigorously or slowly as the body is taking you. Then bring that foot to the ground, hands to the ground beside you, lift up and take the ball now halfway down to the tailbone and start rolling again out towards the hip and back in. Some of us might stay closer to the spine because we feel tension on the spine. Where do you feel as your own healer that you do know? You know, we live in an age where everything's shining. We look at Instagram and Facebook and everyone's so happy. I love that. I love watching it. But you know, it's only part of the norm. And when you embrace, resilient people embrace shit does happen, suffering is part of life. It's just like when it happens, it's like, oh yeah, and this too shall pass. So find a spot that you feel there and start to flap your knee again to palpitate over top of where you feel the tension. And then bring the knee in and out of the chest. Does that feel good for you, or how do you feel? Remember, you're learning all these tools that you can do for yourself that really feel good. And then bring your foot to the floor and lift up and come now down to the tailbone and move from the tailbone out to the hip, massaging the upper part of the glute max, that big butt muscle. Keep rocking and rolling. You're searching for a spot that you feel some discomfort. Remember, when you suffer, it's not why me, I'm the only one in the world. No, it's a fact of life. Shit happens. Sorry for the words, but those are her words. And then find that spot again for that third spot and flap the knee out to the side and in. And then Come back to center, bring the knee into chest and extend the leg any way that you feel towards the bottom of your mat or to the sky, whatever feels good for you. This is your practice. You're learning what your body likes. And then slowly bring your foot to the floor. Lift up off the ball and come back down and pause and wait and feel the sensation. The left side, the right side have been stimulated. And then take that left heel on top of the right knee and pause for a moment. And then take your left hand to the inner thigh and start pushing, squeezing the butt on the left into floor, feeling the opening of the hip joint laterally. We walk so much forward and back, and our hip loses the ability to go to the side. Then release the hand and bring yourself back into T-shape, palms facing down. And let's just release the hip and relax. Open your mouth with a ha. We're going to strengthen now the right hamstring and lower back. So roll up and down with that heel on top. Left heel is on top. And we're rolling up and down in bridge to strengthen the back body of the right leg. Try to see if you can not flap back it. See if you can pull the belly in so the tail is last to come down. And then lift back up. Feeling a strong back of the leg on the right, a strong buttocks on the right to push us up hills. And then lift as high as you can, high, and then just lift the hip up. Lift, 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 lift. Squeeze that right butt up, 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 up. You got it. Up, 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 up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down and drop your knees to the right side with the heel on top. Heel on top, left heel on top of right knee. And have 3 or 4 breaths, just releasing the hip joint on the right and twisting the left hip. Come back up to center and pause. Bring both knees to chest, hands to knees. Flex your heels and lift the tail out of the twist, off, on and off the floor. On and off the floor. Lovely practice, everyone. Human existence. It's how to handle suffering. These resilient people handle suffering well because they have what's called equanimity. When stuff happens, they know that it's just a part of life and accept it. That's the first secret. Take one hand on each kneecap and make 2 big circles, massaging the lower back outwardly with the knees and the feet, massaging our hips. And then bring it in, circle in. And then the joy of all joys, extend the legs along the floor and wait and watch the exchange of shape. Open your mouth with a ha. Beautiful practice, everyone. We're going to be going into some more twists. So I would like you to choose to either put the ball behind your head or the block. The block for many of us is easier, but you choose. And then bring both knees into chest. I'd like you to drop your knees to the right side of your space and take both hands, palm over palm, in the letter T shape. Look with your eyes to the right, with your arms to the right, and look to the right. So both shoulders are stacked one upon the other. We're taking the corkscrew effect of the spine all the way down. On the in breath, you look down first, and you look at your fingers, and you bring it all the way up, that left arm up. And as you extend, you look all the way to the left, and the back of the palm comes into the earth. And on the in-breath, you follow your eyes to your hands. And as you exhale, you follow down towards the ground. Inhale, look up, look up. Exhale, it's like a dance. Beautiful. Inhale, look up. Exhale, palms come together as nose turn. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look. Inhale, look up. See your grace and your poise. Exhale. Listen to your shoulders. Lift up, look. Exhale, pause. Continue 3 or 4 more times. This rotation like a corkscrew all the way down your spine. Working with the shoulder. And last one, bring your left arm out into T shape, palm facing upward. Take your right hand to the top of your knee. We're going now into shapes for the shoulders on the left. You're now in T shape. Let's turn the palm in and move into wide Y with thumb down. Palm turns in. You want to float that shoulder down. You want to get that movement through your shoulder, be able to pull down. And then narrow Y, you're still feeling it in your pectoralis, the chest muscles. Palm turned in, thumb down. Really try to work that posture. And then let's try T shape, H shape, right by your earlobe. And feel it now come into the back of the shoulder, the rotator. And then slide it down into U shape. And then into M shape. Palm down, rotate it through the shoulder. And then slide it down into A shape right by your hip. Straight on. These are all the range of motion that the shoulder has to do. So turn your palm up and come into T shape for the second time. I'd like you to push softly on the right hand if it feels okay for your hip to get more movement in the side of the thigh, the tensor fasciae lata. Turn your palm in and come into wide Y again. Turn it in a little bit more, palm in, and then narrow Y. You might come a little closer to the floor now, and then T. So the hand is right by your earlobe and your arms are straight as you can. And then slide into U. Slide into M. And bring your arm into A shape down by your side to relax and open your mouth with a ha. So now I'd like you to focus on your hand on the right. Focus on your hand on the right and your belly. We're going to have 4 breaths. You're going to push down on the knee and pull back through the belly and the ribs. Inhale, push down, pull back, exhale, release. Inhale, push down, pull back, exhale, release. 2 more times, push down on the knee, pull back through the belly, exhale, release. 1 last time, pull and release. Open your mouth with a ha. Now you can choose to activate that same pose and hold it as we go through our last arm movement. So if you choose, push down at the knee, pull back through the belly, and bring your arm into the letter T shape with palm up. Hold the contraction in your belly and hold your palm. Turn your palm in and come into wide Y. Pause. Narrow Y. Belly is pulled back, hand on hip. Narrow Y. Straight arm H shape. Turn the palm in, straighten the arm. Keep that belly contracted backwards. Keep the Ujjayi breath flowing through the back of the ribs. And then come into U shape, sliding along the floor as much as you can. And then M shape. Ha. A shape. and relax the shoulder. Take your hand onto your hip and pat it. My fist, a little fist in my back where I just massage right and left on that back. Then I'm going to give myself a little soft rub. Oh, yes. You are a fine, resilient person. Suffering and joy will happen. It's how you process it. So now I'd like you to bring that upper knee, that left knee into chest, and both shoulders are stacked upon each other facingly. And I'd like you to reach your hand, your right hand to your big toe. And I'd like you to extend it along the floor as far as you can. And then I'd like you to take your left hand out into T with palm up and look to your left. So now we're working into what's called your tensor fasciae lata that connects at the hip and goes 3/4 of the way down the leg. And us people who hike and walk a lot, this muscle can get super duper tight, especially right here. So I'd like you to pull on that muscle. All you have to do is, once again, go back through the belly, back through the buttocks, and release. Back through the belly, back through the hip, release. Back through the belly, back through the hip, release. This last time I'd like you to hold it. Go back through the belly and have 3 breaths here. Trying to stretch this whole gluteus maximus that we worked in the outer hamstring. Get a jacket and massage here. I'm sorry I'm not with you. Get home. 2 more breaths. And then Jackie's going to let go of the toe. You're going to let go of the toe, and you're going to relax and bend the knee. Then you're going to take the other hand on the left and reach for the toe. And we're stretching the quads now. So we're going to bring it all the way behind your body, as far back behind as you can. Oh, stay on your side. Not yet. Stay on your side. There we go. And just bring it back behind the body. And then squeeze that butt of the bent leg. Squeeze. Give it all you've got. Fire that butt and feel that quadricep into the leg, into the hip. Hold that pose as you squeeze the butt, stretching the front of the leg. Some of us can go further. You can choose, listen to my voice, holding onto the toe. You're going to bring the knee behind the body as much as you can. Holding onto the toe, you're going to place the toe on the ground and lift the knee to the sky. Very nice. Hold that pose and squeeze the buttocks on the left as hard as you can, opening up the hip flexors into the quad. 3 breaths here. Beautiful, everyone. Nice practice. Nice resilience, everyone. And then let go of the toe and roll onto your back. And pause for a moment. And ask yourself, what do I want to do right now before I go to the other side? Maybe bicycle, maybe go into bridge, maybe go into laughing baby if you know laughing baby. Like, what do you want to do right now? Your body will tell you, just float with your body. You wonderful, resilient people. What are you doing now that makes your body feel static and happy? Keep moving. The body will tell you. You do know you are your greatest teacher. Just play along with your poses. You can do it. Just let your body float wherever it goes. Discovering that you do have the knowledge and you are your greatest teacher. Bring the knees to the chest, 1 hand on each knee. Flex the heels and run, run, run like a little piston, just to neutralize your spine. Beautiful. Beautiful. Then hold both knees to chest and come onto your block or your ball for your rotational twist, because most of us need it for our neck. You could use a pillow too, if a pillow feels better for you. And roll the knees to the other side. Roll all the way over to the left. Bring your right hand out into T shape with palm up. Take your left hand and relax your shoulder. Take your left hand to the top of the knee and hold. Don't push on the knee, just focus on allowing the hand to caress the top of the leg. We're focusing on the right shoulder now for mobility. Palm is turned up, T-shape arm. Palm turns in and thumbs towards ground. And we do a wide, wide shape. We're doing 3 of these. And then wide, wide changes into narrow, wide. So you still feel it on the chest muscles. And then we come into 8 shape right by your earlobe. Straight arm. Feel the rotator cuff now, the muscles behind the shoulder. And let's go into both front and back of the shoulder. Come into U shape. Sliding it closer on the floor if the body will allow. And then M shape. Pause. And then release into A shape right by your body. Come back up into T. This time look away from the T arm. Turn your palm in and come up into wide Y, thumb turned into ground. And then narrow Y. And then H shape. And then U shape. And then M shape. And back down now to Y, A shape. Open your mouth with a, let's focus now on the side of the thigh into the lower back twist. On the in-breath, I want you to push down on top of the knee as much as you can and feels good and pull back through the belly. Here we go, 4 times. Inhale, push down, pull back. Exhale, release. Please use your breath. Inhale, pull, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One last time, inhale, exhale. Open your mouth with a ha. So if the body feels okay doing the compression down and the pull back through the belly, we're going to hold that position as we go into our last arm shape. So pull down through the knee if it feels good or feels okay, and back through the belly. And bring your arm up into T shape and look away from that T arm. And then float it, bringing palm into wide Y, into narrow Y, into H shape, into U shape, into M shape. Or you keep pushing down and pulling belly back, and then into A shape. Open your mouth with a ha. Take that body and just give it a little pat. You can have the ball behind your head or the pillow or whatever feels good. And then take your fists and give it a little. Keep going. Nice. Maybe on your back, maybe down your leg. Because we're going now into the tensor fascia lata, the muscle that connects at the side of the hip and goes 3/4 of the way down the leg. Let's bring that top kneecap right to your nose and take your left hand, your lower hand to the toe, and straighten it as much as you can. Keep holding on to the toe. Let the leg fall to the floor. You can feel a pull on the lower back into that side of thigh, but we're going to exaggerate it now. On the in-breath, pull back through the buttocks and hip and pull back through the belly. Do 5 of those and feel the release of that lower back into hip. Resilient people, put a smile on your face right now. Keep going. You're doing beautifully. Keep moving. Secret number 2, are we ready? Secret number 1, we know suffering happens, and we have to develop this ability to know that you are not unique or special in suffering. You have to learn that you have to have the attitude. Secret number 2. And now we're going to release fingers and we're going to bend the knee and take the right hand now to the big toe and bring it behind your body to stretch the quadricep. Stay stacked shoulder upon shoulder. And some of you might just hold it here and squeeze on the butt and push it forward. Bring it behind your leg. Hold. But some of us might take the toe to the ground, keeping holding on the toe, and push the kneecap to the sky. See how that feels for you. Squeeze that butt and hold it. Nice opening of all the hips. And if you're not on your back, come on your back and extend the legs along the floor. Number 2 secret. Where do you pay your attention to? As some of you know, I had a pulmonary embolism where I just about died. And then I had pancreatic cancer and I just about died. And this last little while I fell and I've had a concussion. So where do I pay my attention to? Do I pay attention to the pain? No, no, no. I appraise the situation. And instead of dwelling on my blasting headache, I practice my breathing. I look outside and try to focus on the leaves. We stick like Velcro on the negative. We want the emotions to flow like Teflon. We're in an age where we're bombarded all the time by threats through news. We are dialed into negative. You know, resilient people don't diminish negative, but figure out how to tune in on the positive. And as Hone says, I love this, be a hunter for the positive. Say no to being swallowed up. Pay attention to goodness. Choose life over death. Focus on what is good. That is number 2 secret. Let's roll over onto our bellies now and come up into your expression of Sphinx. Each class, we want to come into Sphinx position. If it's too much for you, you can tap palm over palm. To increase your Sphinx, your arch in your spine, just bring the elbows and touch the ribs, like you're kind of crawl forward with your heart. And then lift your heart up, hold, and pull the shoulder blades back down. Hold this pose. And then add a rotation by rocking side to side if it feels okay for your spine. So just rock side to side to act 2 actions. So in 2005, Hone talked about a 6-month study of thousands of people. They had one control group that did not give gratefulness at all or weren't aware. And the other group had to give gratefulness 3 times a day. And these people were hunting for the good stuff, hunting for the good stuff. They deliberately went to the good stuff. They tuned in and they found within this group the measurement of happiness and non-depression of the control group was more than the person who had gratefulness. It's where you put your attention to. What are you grateful for right now? Keep your shoulders strong, keep your heart up. This is for shoulder strengthening, an isometric contraction. Then now you have a choice. You can come all the way back to child's pose, or you might want to do cat-cow, or some of you even might want to come up into downward dog. You choose where your body wants to float to now. Move around or stay still. It's your choice. Say no, do not get swallowed up. This is the secret number 2 of resilient people. Keep moving or staying still. This is your own practice. Secret number 3 of resilient human beings. Wherever you are, come onto your belly again. You can choose to come up into Sphinx again, or we might take the spine through a bigger extension. If you choose, walk your hands forward and straighten your arms. Lift your heart up and pull it forward. You might choose to rock in this bigger extension or stay still. This is really working with the lowest part of the spine so that we're healthy when we're walking and we go slipping. And then come to quiet in that position if it's still okay for you, and bend the knees and rock the heels side to side. Wow, huge moves, but our back has to learn this. And then come to quiet and put your feet on the floor. Come back down and you have choices. You can look to the right or left and just stay there. You can come into child's pose. You can come into cat-cow, or maybe downward facing dog. Your body will tell you, pay attention to the good stuff. Myself, I don't listen to news anymore because it's debilitating. When we have political conversations, I'm a bit outdialed, but I want to listen to the good stuff. I want to focus on the good. Keep moving or staying still. Secret number 1, suffering is a part of a life as much as joy. And you can't discriminate against that. Number 2, appraise a situation. Then instead of dwelling on it, choose to select your attention. We're hot-wired for negative, so we got to go and learn to not stick like Velcro to the negative, but float like Teflon in the positive. So now all that's left is to roll onto your back. You might put a pillow behind your head or a ball or a block, whatever you choose to be comfortable. We have a few more moves before our Shavasana. We need some inward rotation of the hips. So bring your arms in T-shape, palm facing down. Bring your feet to the floor and pause. Secret number 3. Must be in the moment. And this yoga practice is teaching us that you're listening and being in the moment to what your body's doing. And secret number 3 of resilient people is asking yourself in the moment, what am I doing? Am I helping or harming me with thoughts or actions? Am I helping or harming me with thoughts or actions? We just don't have that 3rd or 4th drink. Are you harming yourself? You get caught up in not being in the moment of reality. Are you harming yourself or helping yourself with thoughts or actions? Asking yourself, put yourself in the driver's seat. You are your greatest healer. You just have to become aware in the moment. Let's bend the knees and bring our feet flat to the ground. I'd like you to walk your feet as wide as you can and your toes are off the mat. And let's rock the knees right to left. So you say, but I wasn't born resilient. I've had too much happen to me. Well, I've had a lot happen to me. And I'm buying into resiliency and I'm practicing resiliency. In fact, in my company where I hired hundreds of people, our first interview was, do I like you? Tell me your story. The second interview was, let's see if your personality and values are the same as our company's so that we mesh together. And our third interview before we hired them was the resiliency test. Are these people able to pick themselves up over and over again with a positive vibe? We would hire people who scored high on resiliency. Drop your knees to the right and hold. Squeeze your left buttocks and hold. A resilient team makes for great relationships. And I'll tell you, we could handle clients because we are all together in our team of resiliency. And then release the hip. And then rock side to side. So do you have people in your life who go to the negative and gossip and they feel so good when other people are feeling so bad? Where's their attention? Do you want to hang with those people or do you want to join the tribe? I am super lucky in Puerto Vallarta as well as Vancouver to have a tribe of resilient people. And when I got sick or injured, they were there for me because they were resilient to help me be resilient. Drop the knees to the left. Squeeze your buttocks on the right and have 3 breaths. So is there anybody you want to fire out of your life because they bring you down into negativism? Is there any practice that you want to do to make you stronger in resiliency? We're going to be sending out the resiliency test. So look on your newsletters for that resiliency test and see how you score the qualities. And then you can practice. Practice is what life's about. Practice. You can't be a good piano player without practice. Well, you can't be a good resilient people without practice. And then slowly come back up to center. And one last time, ask yourself, what does my body want to move before I go into Shavasana? Number 1, stuff happens. It's a reality of life. What do you, number 2, pay attention to, the negative or the positive? It's your choice. And secret number 3, am I helping or harming myself with my thoughts and actions? If you want more of this, you can go to YouTube and listen to a video called The 3 Secrets of Resilient People. When your body is ready, make a decision how you'd like to spend our short Shavasana of 2 to 3 minutes. It might be with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. It might be with legs extended, with something underneath your thighs. It might be eye pillows on. It may be a pillow behind your head. It might be a blanket. You have your favorite blankie there. Or some of us really love to lie on our side and put the block between our knees and turn our nose down in fetal position. Where do you want to go for your expression of Shavasana? portals are open to receive. Is there anything throughout this thought pattern and these words today that you'd like to take away? If you're on your side, stay on your side. If you're on your back, bring the knees to the chest and rock side to side, or pull your tail off, or stretch your arms above your head and the feet away. What do you want to do right now to bring yourself back to the delight of your resilient life? And then turn to one side that feels good for you. Turn your nose to Mother Earth and thank Mother Earth for all the balance that she gives you. And when your body's ready, roll up to sitting and face each other in our practice. Feel your spine tall, feel your heart growing. And I like to practice the dream catcher's pose. So we bring our arms above our head and we turn our palms up because you can't catch something if your palms are down. And you look up to sky and you ask the universe, what is a dream that I have? One dream. And put that dream right in your hands right now. I'm holding that dream. Because resilient people have lots of dreams. And then take that dream and bring it into your heart. So bring your hands down to your heart. And really feel your authentic true self of your dream. But unfortunately, if we just hold it here in our heart and we don't connect the action center, many times the dream doesn't happen. So take that dream to your head, take that dream to the brain and say, brain, what action should I do to get to my dreams? And then you bring that back to the heart. And then you back to the head, back and forth, checking in that they're in alignment rather than misalignment. Resilient people. And then bring it back to the heart. And slowly come forward to saying of Namaste. May the light, love, and resiliency in you salute me, and I salute you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you, Jack. Thank you very much. Smile.